Merry Christmas.
Merry Batmas.
Merry Batmas, indeed. Merry Catmas, everybody. That's right. That's all right. It's all right. It is Catmas and Batmas today here on the Midnight Society.
Season's greetings.
Season's greetings. Oh, I don't have that. Well, give me a few minutes. I'll get an ornament. I'll get it organically made after the cheetah tosses up her fur ball. I'll put it on a hook.
There you go.
Hi everybody. How are you guys? Merry Christmas. Glad you guys are here. Hope you guys are all dressed up in your finest Christmas finery. Sipping on some eggnog.
Yes, indeed.
You like eggnog?
I do.
You do?
I love eggnog.
Oh, Lord. Eggnogs are the devil.
I wish I had some eggnog right now. That'd be great.
Oh, no eggnog. I mean, I tried that once, and that's all I could handle. I couldn't handle that. Just no.
Do you like milk?
Hi, Cody Ray. How are you? Hi, Betty. Hi, June. T. Betty in the house. I don't know who the first person was that came in, but they left a note, and then yeah.
Jubler. Yeah.
You know him?
I do not.
I did not either. I thought, well, okay, maybe it's just a phantom or something like that.
The ghost of Christmas song.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It could have been Alistair Sims, right?
Could have been.
That's actually my favorite version of A Christmas Carol is the one from 1951.
I think that's Vanessa's favorite too. Correct me if I'm wrong, Vanessa, but I think that's your favorite too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's public domain too. So every year I watch it on here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. The only thing really disappointing was the fact that it rained last night, so I was really excited. I'm thinking, okay, it's raining. It'll still turn over to snow tomorrow, and we're gonna have a white Christmas for Secret Santa. And no, it just got to be 88 degrees. So
darn, just a little shy of the temperature.
You know what? I was thinking to myself, going like, hey, if it worked for the crew of Secret Santa, why not us, right? How is it they could go from 74-degree weather in LA and drive out to Big Bear to 4 feet of snow?
Very true. Yep.
I'm sitting there going, how come that's not here? I've actually been to Big Bear. My uncle lived in a town called Wrightwood. I went to Big Bear many, many times when I lived in California. That is not an easy ride up in chains. I would not have done that myself. I would have been like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Wait till the snow done. Because that road, they have a lot of sheer drops.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Betty. Thank you so much. So it's Christmas time here in July, and what's really cool is that we're not the only ones celebrating it. Believe it or not, 2 other channels saw that we were doing Secret Santa, and they wanted to get on the action. The Great America Channel and Hallmark. They saw that we're doing this, and they decided they were going to do a Christmas in July too, and they put up the Christmas movies.
We are the trendsetters, Patrick.
Yes, I'm very happy with that. I mean, I just think that I'm thinking that they're going to come over and check out our content. I hope they're not too disappointed by it. I think it's a nice family film. It features family. So
it is definitely a family film, but not for the family. Mm-hmm.
Not for how not to do how to do a family get together, how not to do a family get together.
Indeed.
So how was your week, man? Pretty good.
Pretty busy, very busy, because I had this was my 6-day work week, so I was rocking and rolling all week long.
Yeah. I was working a little bit too, and I got freed from my driveway. I got trapped in the driveway, and they came over and rescued me, so I was able to actually go out and do some activities yesterday. So I was happy about that. So that was cool. I've been keeping track of everything coming out of San Diego. As you know, this week is I think it's the last. I think it's just 1 week, but it's the San Diego Comic Con,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been releasing all the ads and trailers and press releases for everything. I'm not sure if you're able to keep up with any of it or not.
No, I saw. I mean, I saw a couple of posts here and there, but I don't keep up with it like I used to. Put it that way.
Hi, bud. How are you? Merry Christmas, my friend. Merry Christmas. Uh, uh, it's Christmas here on the Midnight Society. Raise a cup of cheer.
See,
I,
the
go ahead.
Skywalkers. See? Yes.
Uh,
See the greetings from the Skywalkers.
oh, okay. That's right, from the Skywalker. That's the only thing I did not really get a lot out of Comic Con. I guess they're doing maybe another Star Trek series or Star Wars series, but it seems sort of light on the Star Wars this time around.
Well, they've done so much of it. Like they need to kind of chill a little bit. I think. I also think they need to chill with the Marvel stuff, but no, they got an enormous schedule of a bunch of junk that I don't want to see. So.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I really do. It's gone to the point where I'm just happy to, if I see it and I accidentally walk across of it, if I see it in a bookstore or out in the wild, I'll watch. I'll get it, of course. Like last Tuesday, I managed to find a copy of 2004's Punisher, the one with Tom Brady. So I was able to add that to the collection. So, I got that for $25, and that's how I'm looking for the other movies. If I can get them for that kind of price, that's the only way I'm going to get them. I'm not going to get them. I'm not going to buy them new. I'm not going to buy them on online or anything like that. I'm just going to wait till they come to me. Because I'm not really enthused either.
Yeah, just boring now. It's because it's the same old stuff, and it's not. I don't know. It's not as engaging as it once was.
No. The only thing I will have to say though, I don't understand the hype or the people being upset. I mean, these fans are really they're not even fans. I don't know what they are. Slappies, I call them. But some of them are unhappy because, like, look, I'm okay. I'll be honest with you. I like to be somewhat accurate in the comics. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, which I've stated many, many times before. I cannot stand that Guardians of the Galaxy. I just hate what they did with it. But that's me because I'm an older guy. I'm an old fart, and I remember the first team and everything else. I understand that. I do. But then they're changing some of the movies, some of the storylines. They're just twisting it for fan service, and I don't really know. I don't think they need to do that. I think they shouldn't do that. They should just present the stories the way they were. And I guess more and more are coming out. And you're right, everything comes out. You just got a real sense of this, same old, same old. Except for the Black Panther one. The Black Panther trailer looked pretty cool. I got to get
that one might be pretty good. Yeah, that one.
That one looked interesting. And the only other trailer I saw that really got me excited for next year was for the brand new Dungeons and Dragons, which I didn't even know was a thing. I didn't even know they were making it. Hi, Echo.
I knew they made that real bad one like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that, and they had a couple of TV series like that too. One was actually called Dungeons and Dragons, and it starred Jeff Conway, who'd done Taxi and Grease. Yeah, didn't last very long though. No, not back in the 70s. Nope, or 80s. I think it was the 80s. I think it lasted like I don't even think it even lasted a whole season. I think it lasted like 13 episodes. So.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Dang.
So yeah, and then the new one has Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez. So and it looked really good. It didn't look like total CGI, usual. Actually looked like they're on sets and on locations and stuff like that. And so hopefully so. So So tonight we're watching Secret Santa, and maybe you want to refresh the crew here on how we end up getting Secret Santa.
Secret Santa is directed by our pal Adam Marcus, the director of Jason Goes to Hell. And he was, if you watch that episode, we talked about this movie, and Patrick and I had not seen it. So he sent us copies to watch. And
you think this is a good product placement for him? I think
and you can get it on his website. I will share the link.
Yeah, we'll put the link down in case you want to get your own copy of Secret Santa.
Yes. Okay, let me find that now for you.
You should.
Because this movie is really fun, y'all. Like it's a doozy. It is a doozy. And that's being nice about it.
Yeah, this movie absolutely crackles. It's amazing. Definitely one of the best 10 movies I've seen this year. Without a doubt.
Yeah, this is definitely now in my my top 10 Christmas horror movies, easily. Definitely. Oh, come on. I am trying to find this silly site. I know it's somewhere. Oh yeah, this movie's really good. Very entertaining. Has anybody in the comments seen it? I know T Betty has seen it. And I know Vanessa saw it because she sat right next to me while we watched it.
Hobbs is here for the white elephant who wants to send me some goodies. Definitely.
for the Secret Santa?
The Secret Santa. That's right. That's right. Yeah, you know what? The one thing that got me when I was sitting there watching this is, he mentioned that, he's run and owned 2 theater companies and he loves the theater. And, when you're looking at his movie credits, there's gaps in between, but that's because he was doing, he's doing his own thing. And, man, it just really brought home to me the fact that Adam Marcus can direct his ass off. There's no doubt in my mind. If anything, just made me even appreciate him a lot more than I already have. I mean, it really gives you an idea of just really how talented he really is, and he loves horror. He is not afraid to get his hands dirty when it goes down to it.
No.
And he really should have been, honest to heaven, he should be mentioned in when we talk about Romero or Craven or Hooper or whatever, because he has the chops. This movie here, honestly, I would put this up against just about anything that any of those other directors put. I really would. I'm not saying that because of a connection or whatnot, or I'm just saying as a movie, this is insane. This is an insanely good movie. And I mean, it just gives you a sample of his writing skills and his directing skills. I mean, it's a very, and it's a lot of fun, gory as hell, but still having a lot of fun. Not looking to change the world, not looking to not looking, he's like, we're going to do things a little differently as far as how we film things, how we write things, how we cast things. But, we're not going to try to reinvent the wheel. We're looking to perfect the wheel. And the way I looked at it was Secret Santa did a very good job at perfecting the wheel. Didn't need to reinvent it.
No. No. Not at all. And you see all these accolades and stuff that are on this cover and the back, many, many accolades, all completely deserved, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you totally. It was great. When I got it, of course, my mail person sort of bobbled it a little bit. I got the post office crunched mine, but I'll find another case for it. Yeah, I was thinking, okay, maybe someone was having a bah humbug day when they saw it was a Secret Santa. I don't know.
Possibly.
Hey, Casey. T. Betty says it was fantastic. Yep. So Casey's here. Great. It was a great watch, Hobbs. You would really like this. This is
I would dig this for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So we I share just a tiny bit of the background with it. That not too much because we'll talk about this after the movie, but I will say that this movie was filmed in places where I have walked. I have walked into those places that they're at where they filmed this movie at. I've been up there many, many times. It was really cool seeing it, and I was like, "Wow, it's a beautiful area." My uncle lived in the town next door called Wrightwood, and I used to drive up there all the time. On when I was a teenager, we used to go up there to it's on a mountain called Mount Baldy, and in Southern California, and it's right up there. Big Bear. Never saw any bears there though. Didn't see any bears.
The name's a lie.
Yeah, I didn't see any bears. I did see raccoons. I did see all sorts of other wild critters, whatnot, but no bears. So what do you think, Al? Should we jump into this thing?
I do. I don't think we should give everything away though.
No.
Because
we don't want to. No, we're not going to do spoilers. We're not going to tell you everything, but we will tell you some of the things.
Yes. I agree because it's this is a movie you don't want to spoil.
No, I totally agree with that. I mean, because we highly recommend that you get your own copy because you will want a copy of this.
Yes.
After we're done with it.
And don't worry, Mom, you'll be getting a copy.
That's right. I got to make sure Eric got his. He said that he had not gotten his, so I need to ask him that. I've been talking to him this weekend.
There you go.
Oh, hey, Eric. Oh, okay.
Haven't watched his copy yet. There you go.
Me and Eric have been talking this weekend and having an awesome time doing it. It's one of the best conversations I had, and I needed it so bad this weekend. Totally entertained. Entertainment for sure. Yes, no, yeah, that's right. Eric is doing Shark Week videos this week, and I won't say anything other than that. I'm looking forward to seeing his shark movie. So
yeah, that should be fun.
Merry Sharkmas.
There you go.
All right.
Polonia idea.
Oh God, he's probably already had it. I just subconsciously just mentioned it because I already probably saw it already. And of course. Oh yeah, we should do that. Let's talk a little bit about that before we get into this movie a little bit. Because it was our first collaboration. We did a collaboration with the House of Horrors this past week, where we talked about movies of Mark Polonia. Sadly, I have to say that our goal was not met. Mark Polonia did not come over to the House of Horrors for an interview. So I was disappointed for that. I was disappointed for Steven and Boom for that because that's really what I was hoping for. Hey, Waffles. I was really bummed out. I was hoping that he'd come in and just hang out and just, maybe just even 30 minutes, just go out and hang out,
Yeah, just a couple minutes, something. Yeah.
But I thought we had a lot of fun for the most part with our reviews. There was only one person who made a really bad review, and and I don't know what the all I can say is that person must have had a day of bah humbug, because that's the only reason I could think of why he would just crush Emeryville Death House, naming no names, of course. And then last Saturday, this week, they had a watch along for Return to Splatter Farm, and so they had cast members for that movie, including Jenny Russell, who had never seen the movie before.
Oh, I didn't know she hadn't seen it. Oh,
no,
wow.
She had never seen the finished movie.
Oh, wow, that's funny.
Yeah, that was funny because here it is. She's a big part of the movie, and she's never seen it before, and we all have. We're all going like, "Whoa, okay, this is going to be a little bit awkward," and because it was like, but but she handled it like a champ. And we had a lot of fun, a lot of funny comments, and a lot of good talk. So I just want to say thanks again to Steven and Boom for teaming up with us for our first collaboration, and maybe we'll do something like that in the future.
Yeah.
We're looking to collaborate more and more. We're going to see what we can do. We have some things online. At the end of the show, we'll let you know what's going on. I'm gonna let Al talk about that a little bit. But I just want to say thank you for that. And I think we should dive in. I think we should dive in and go and start this Christmas movie.
Let's go for it. I actually have it playing in the background.
All right. Since you have that, I'm gonna let you lead it off.
Oh, well, I'm like 20 minutes into it, but
well, I can lead it off then. So Secret Santa, it starts off very, very cleverly. For one thing, I have to say the opening credits were lights out. The lights out. The opening credits are great.
The opening credits are freaking awesome.
Yeah. That's some of the best opening credits I've seen in a long time. It was super clever, super very whip smart, and basically what's going on is they're rolling the credits. You see the opening credits of all the people in the movie and whatnot, and they take letters out of their names, and they create words like killer, death, murder, Christmas, poison, all out of everybody's name. It's super clever and inventive, and actually it's actually pretty funny. So you're getting put into the right mood right off the bat. Even before you see any action, the opening credits are putting you in the right mood.
And even the title of the movie also flashes different things at the end as well.
Mm-hmm. So the movie opens up. It's nighttime. And we see a young couple. We see April and Ty, and they're on their way to the family home for Christmas. As the annual Christmas Eve party. And so they're driving all the way up there. And we could tell by April talking that she's not really, it's hard for her to go home because the family dynamic is, we already get a little bit of tension, because she's not really looking forward to it a whole lot because of past issues. But she's explaining to Ty, a little bit about the dynamic. And Ty is just really glad to be there. He's looking forward to meeting her family. Wants to meet her mom, wants to meet her dad, and everything else. And so things look pretty good. They're going in. They arrive at the house, and immediately though April noticed something's off, and that is that they're the first ones there. And so that means everybody else is late, and she knows that's off her mother. So they're already on a slippery slope already. So they walk to the door, and soon we meet April's mom, Sherry, who's played by
Deborah Sullivan.
Deborah Sullivan. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. I want to say Diana for one thing. I don't know why I kept on. I stared at the name and I still said Diana, but Deborah Sullivan. Who plays the mom?
Who in real life is Adam Marcus's wife, and co-writing partner, co-producer, all that stuff. Like she's like his other half.
And the production company they formed with Ryan Sexton is called the Skeleton Crew.
Yep.
So this is their first movie that they made underneath their banner, Skeleton Crew. So yes, and so they get to the house. And Sherry opens the door, and she immediately is she starts poking fun, sort of digs in at her daughter, like this is my boyfriend Ty, like who's this, and like she doesn't know who he is, but April's been telling her mom about that she's been dating this guy, and she goes, well, I can't keep track of all the suitors that you've had. And April goes, ouch. I was like, that's sort of harsh.
Mom is very how can I say this nicely?
I don't know if he can.
I don't think she's very bitchy. She is. I mean, she is. You think of that word, that is this woman. Like that, yeah, to a T.
So yeah, I agree. Yeah, she's not very nice.
Nope.
She invites him on in. She invites him in. The rest of the family's not there yet. And so she says, okay, well, I'll just show you to your room. So that's nice, okay. So they're gonna they walk up the stairs and open the door, and she put him in a room, a kid's room with bunk
beds. Yep.
Now I don't know if some of you guys know this or not, or been in this scenario, but I can tell you from experience, I had to go through something like that before even after I was married to Lori. That when we went to her parents' house, I mean, definitely before the marriage, no way. She slept in one room, I slept in the other. But even after we were married, still slept in one room, she slept in the other. So I could relate to that a little bit. Yeah. How about you, Al? Did you ever have a situation like that?
Not with my wife, but with I used to share a room with a friend, and there were bunk beds involved.
A young lady friend?
No.
Oh, I'm talking about. Did you ever take?
Right? Yeah. But no, I was in my 20s though. Like it wasn't like I was 10 or 15 or something.
I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So that. So yeah. So that's the room. They put their bags in, and then the rest. Then some of the family starts showing up. Who do we meet next?
Well, we also meet Kyle,
Mm-hmm.
who's like the young what's her name? April's younger brother. And he has like a speech impediment, and so he stutters a lot. And we also meet their uncle Carter, who is played by Curtis Forche. And he's kind of like the little nerdy guy. Like he has the little glasses. He's skinny. He's kind of like kind of thing.
Yeah, well, they were driving up to the house. I mean, you can see him. You can see him bouncing off each other a little bit. He was Uncle's just high, nothing but high energy. And then you're right. We see Kyle, and he stutters, and but you could definitely see that those two liked each other a lot, and so they get to the house, and yeah, that was entertaining, that dynamic, because we see all the family coming up.
Yeah, and then we meet Jackson and Jacqueline. Jackson is one of the sons, and Jacqueline is a lady friend of his that he met at a strip club. So he's bringing a stripper home to meet Mom.
Yeah. Needless to say, you can guess what kind of reaction that gets.
Yeah. That was that's always a good time. And then we also meet Penny, who Penny's kind of hard to describe. Penny, she's kind of like the mean. She's kind of like the mean sister. Like she kind of always has an attitude and stuff.
Right? Yeah, she's like the rebel. She was driving the Volkswagen, and she seemed to be like the rebel.
Yeah. I like the character of Penny as well, T-Betty. But she's hard to describe without giving a lot away. Put it that way.
Right.
But yeah, I guess that's a good way to describe her, I guess. Yeah. And let's see, who have we not met yet? Oh yeah, and also we meet Carol.
Yes, Carol's there. She's there, and that's Sherry's sister.
Right. Sherry says Sherry's the mother, by the way.
There's the mother.
I don't know if we said her name. And then eventually, so everybody, slowly starts coming in. We meet everybody.
Did you see the scene? I'm not. I was one. This is one of the questions I would ask, right? Because I'm not sure if it was just. I think it was just they being ballsy. But did you see what Jackson and Jacqueline did?
Yes.
They did it in April and Ty's room, because that was a bunk bed.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was just nasty.
Yeah. They just kind of went to town in their.
Oh my gosh, that was just terrible. I was like, oh no. Jackson's just one of those really loud and boisterous, life of the party kind of guys. He's,
brash.
You're gonna hear him before you see him.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Let me go real quick to IMC Norwich came back, and he said that what he put down, it was a word, jewel blood, which means Christmas blood, and I have that movie. I own that. TV. Yeah, I own a copy of that. That's Art Exploitation, I believe. And then he's saying that he worked on it. That's very awesome. Cool. That's very cool. Very cool.
Very good. I've actually been meaning to check that one out. I need to check that out. Absolutely.
Yeah. Man, art.
I love Christmas horror. Christmas horror is one of my favorites.
Mine too.
Yeah, Mine too. It's fun.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Because it's supposed to be so reverent, Right. No, it's perfect time to do a good horror movie. And what better way than do a family horror movie to me? That's what made this movie so well too, because it's all family oriented.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Penny comes up by herself. Jackson and Jacqueline are there. We see and then they're all sort of bickering at each other. They're all sort of bickering. They're all
like little nitpicky,
little twists here and there, and so we see the dynamic of the families not warm and fuzzy. Though Kyle seems to be more accepting of everybody else than anybody else is of everybody else.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't ask me to say that again. So yeah, I thought the house looked really good. The setting was really good. It definitely came from money. You could tell they came from money, and it looked like it. And it's like, I think it's just it's a high society. That the higher you go in high society, it always seems to be more bickering at family events. Mm-hmm. Is it a commentary? I don't know. I don't think he was looking to say anything with it, or Adam and Deborah. I don't think there's meaning to say anything with it, but it was there. Everybody's coming up with their own agendas and whatnot. So I think the whole family's there, but one more. I think. Oh, we meet the catering too.
We do meet the catering team.
Yep.
Which is three people.
Yes.
You got Gordon, I believe Gordon was in charge, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
We got Hilda, who is I guess she's Swedish or Norwegian or something. I'm not sure, something like that. Some kind of Scandinavian deal. And then the other guy, I can never remember his name. But then
the last guy who showed up.
No. The last guy of the catering team.
Oh, let's see.
Who was played by Eddie Jordan III.
That's right. That's
the
right.
Actor. I can tell you that much.
We'll find him here. Yeah, let me do.
He is conveniently left off of the IMDb page, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why, because his role's kind of freaking important.
Yeah, actually, it is.
Yeah.
I don't see him on here as of yet.
Let me see if
wow.
Because I'm kind of at that scene. Wait, let me see if I can get his name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
there.
then
Go ahead.
I'm just watching the scene. Let's see. Oh yeah, she speaks like Norwegian or something, and she's like English, man, English.
Yeah, that's huh.
They're
You're
not saying
right.
any names. Oh well.
That is strange. Yeah, I didn't think that would happen. So anyway, yeah, there's two, and the caterers have been there before. That's been established. They have known the family for a while, so this is
Hmm.
not their first rodeo here, and
Yeah.
we'll find out how we know that in a minute or two. So I think the last person that shows up is dear old dad.
Yes.
Uh,
Unbeknownst to mom,
yes,
because he was invited by one of the kids.
yes,
So and dad's name is Leonard. Uh, and so yeah, he shows up, and of course, at first there's there's like, oh, what the hell are you doing here, kind of thing,
right.
And
Sherry and Leonard do not get along at all.
no,
And they go outside and they start boxing with each other outside verbally. And Sherry threatens to call the cops on him, and he's like, "Yeah, go right ahead. Go ahead. I'm not too worried about that." And it says, "Yeah, make yourself. I'll go ahead. You can go ahead and make yourself the bad guy here. That's fine with me. Go right
hmm
ahead." So she backs off, and then he goes inside, and she goes inside. But you can tell that just because things were smoothed out in order to get him to the door, they're not smoothed out by half.
yeah, and the thing, later a little bit into it, they well, I think one of them asked like, Dad, why are you here, kind of thing, and the dad's like, to piss your mother off. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was clever. Because
Yeah.
isn't it always like that? Sometimes that happens when a divorced couple will be there with smaller kids, and they'll come up there to an event that maybe they're not supposed to be allowed to, but they'll still show
Hmm.
away. And you don't want to have any, some sort of like, you don't want to be fighting in front of the kids or whatnot. So you have to swallow your pride, and you have to just be quiet, and to get along with everybody just to get along through the night. It always happens. I've been in situations like that. I'm sure we all have. It's a weird dynamic. You can definitely feel the energy, the whole room shift when something like that happens.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Hello, Night Fright.
Yeah. Yeah. I think everybody kind of has members of the fam like that. Yeah.
So as everybody's gathering around, we find out that that the catering team has actually been there before, and that is why we find out that Kyle and one of the catering team, we find out, they show a little flashback, a little clip outside the main family of that is that Kyle is gay, and he hasn't quite come out yet, but he's hooked up with one of the guys who's done the catering.
Hmm.
And so, he's scared to say anything because he knows that that would do to his mom and his dad. So it's even more tension added to the mix. And we come back out, and everybody's just small talking. And then Sherry comes out, and she wants to offer her famous punch.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Her famous punch. Now, um, just about everyone uh, drinks the punch,
Mhm.
except for April, who is a recovering alcoholic.
Yeah, she says she's an alcoholic, and her mom's insists that that's not true. That she's not. So
Yeah,
you're not an alcoholic, but she is.
that's the kind of mom she is. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're not alcoholic. Just because you drink yourself blind doesn't mean you're an alcoholic. Okay.
She's like,
Uh,
thanks, mom.
yeah. So everybody comes in and enjoys punch, and they're all making more small talk in the into the before dinner served. Um, and then as they're waiting for that, the chef comes out and announces that they're going to be seated. and that causes a ruckus all in itself. Because it's supposed to be the hostess that announces that, and he went up there and just stole the thunder. And of course, Carol's there, right there with the needle to needle her. Like, wow, did you really let that happen to you? Knowing full well it's going to get Sherry really over the top.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She was definitely egging that on for sure.
Yeah. That's really what it was. A lot of them are just sitting there and they're needling each other over and over and over. And what it does is just causes the tension to slowly build, as these people are, it's slowly building. And you're just wondering, what's, someone's going to say something to somebody about something, you sense it, but you just don't know when or how or who. So you're just along for the ride by this point.
Very true. Very true. It's yeah. So now they're all at the dinner table. They're just going back and forth and back and forth, and I mean it's some of it is actually quite funny. It's and very clever, I thought. So yeah, the writing chops definitely shined in this part. I thought like all the dialogue was just like on point and just it was good. I don't want to give too much away. And apparently I don't know if you can hear, but the ice cream man is outside.
Oh, do we need to stop this for a minute while you go out there and get one?
Yeah, I should go get it. It's freaking 95 degrees out here. I should.
Go on out there and get yourself an ice cream.
Awesome.
I hope you guys are enjoying the show so far, right? Are we entertaining you? Are you not entertained?
Shameless plug.
Yeah. Are you not entertained? So they sit down and they manage to get through the meal. They managed to get through the meal. Somehow, some way, somehow,
without killing each other.
Yeah. Because as they're sitting there, and then all of a sudden they decided, Penny jumps up and she decides to do Secret Santa. And
but apparently this is a thing that they do every year.
Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we noticed that the tension, between the brothers and sisters, like Jackson's like he's a perv, he's a half brother, but he's like all over. Like when he grabs Penny, he's pretty much just groping her. Penny and April don't like each other because Penny had an opportunity, and while she was to school, to go over to Europe, but she had an allergic reaction and she couldn't go, and she always suspected that April had something to do with it. So that's the reason why her and April are dog fighting with each other. I think that's all I'm going to tell about the family dynamic, though, because I think the big reveals should be left to the viewer.
Yes, I concur.
Yeah. So Penny gets up and she decides that she's going to go ahead and she's the one with the Secret Santa, and basically what it is that they pass out presents to everybody, and then you open up your present, and then you try to figure out which person at the table bought that for you, and then you get points for it. So and then at the end of the night, then whoever wins becomes the next the next host the next following year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Penny gets up there and she starts handing out presents. Now, Secret Santas, or white elephants, so to speak, they're generally pretty damn small. It's just like a movie. You give out a movie that maybe a silly movie. A lot of times, Secret Santas are white elephants. They're either really silly presents, or they're small. Like a small present, like a something to carve a pumpkin with, or something like that. A pumpkin carver. I have to fit that in. Yeah. So that's what you do. It's not like extravagant or anything else. You just go ahead and give small presents, and you guess and go on. But that's not what happens this year. does it?
No, indeed not. Indeed not. Uh, Penny Penny receives uh, tickets to go to Europe, like plane tickets and all kind of hotel, all that's wrapped up in this little thing. And she's like, what the hell, kind of thing. And so yeah, I'm not sure how much we should say here.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I guess we can't say too much other than yeah, but otherwise, but let's put it this way: what's said or not said, it sparks a fight. It
Yeah,
sparks a fight. And the thing people are drinking, they're drinking the punch, but all of a sudden, everybody, you'll notice that everybody's sitting there going like, it's so damn hot in the house. It's damn hot. They're
yeah,
all
everybody's getting real hot. Hmm.
yeah, and everybody's saying that, and pretty much right after they say that, they pop. They just go loopy, and that's what happens at the dinner table with two of the family members. They're sitting there and they start barking at each other, and finally it gets so bad that one reaches out and he ventilates them.
Yes, and the opening shot of the movie is a scene from that scene basically, and it's the opening shot is a different angle of this scene, and it's really, I thought it was really cool how they do it. It's a close up of this snow globe, and
Yeah.
like all the actions happening behind the snow globe, and yeah, really cool cinematography and stuff. I thought for that, I thought that was really neat.
Mhm.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
I
say
did
I don't
too.
want to give too much more away, but very cool little scene.
Well, this what happens is that this is it's a fight, but it also turns into a uh, uh let's see I put a poll up about Christmas
Yeah, I
about
saw.
holiday horror. Hobbs is going, just curious, if you didn't pick Halloween or Christmas, what did you pick? Yeah, I thought about that, Bones. Actually, I thought about putting that out there.
Well, we got 9% saying others and 5% saying Valentine's Day.
Wow. But I would think that I would think that the Spooktacular would win because I did put Spooktacular.
Oh, that's definitely winning. Yeah.
Oh, okay, of course. If I would have just said Halloween, it would have probably been even. But I sort of tipped my hand by putting the Spooktacular, which is coming up soon. Um, so the family, before you know it, well, let's just say there's not going to be a person there next year for Secret Santa, and and then all hell breaks loose. There's just all of a sudden it's a cat fight. Furs flying, words are being spewed, you know, punches are being thrown, and it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
It literally becomes, and since I'm the bat, I'll say it. It becomes bad shit crazy. It
Uh,
really does.
it does. It does. It's batshit crazy as they start catfighting. That's right. Um, but then they also go back too while they're fighting, and 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 uh, and there's the one person is now no longer part of the family, and they start panicking. They're starting going like, okay, well, what are we gonna do? We're gonna have to do something. We have to call the cops, and then all of a sudden we can't because there's a rule. There's a family rule that you have to see, which prevents them from calling the cops, but doesn't prevent them from going driving out, or
Right.
does it? Because somebody has stolen everybody's car keys.
Someone has. And the thing you were talking about earlier, cell phones. No
That's
cell
right.
phones at Christmas.
No cell phones for Christmas. As they all come in, they all have to give up their cell phone, and while they're fighting, while they're dog fighting, the phones are ruined. Um, we won't tell you how they were ruined, but they were ruined, and yeah, So now they have no way of calling out when they go ahead and they have to fight each other. They have to fight each other and subdue Jackson and the dad because they just have gone overboard. So they knock them both out and put them in a room. And they also had to tie up another family member because now we get an idea exactly who did it and why they did it. But it doesn't mean that you can stop it. And so they take a couple of family members, they put them in this spare room. What they don't know is that all the car keys are in the same room, so they are effectively trapped, and they can't get back inside the room because the key to the key is locked up. Yep. So so whoever set this up had done their homework.
Oh yeah, they knew what was happening. They knew, yeah, for sure.
You want to walk us through the next part?
I'm actually watching some fights right now. Yeah, they really go at it.
Yeah,
like it's hardcore. Like this is no like little punch, no. This is like ECW, like choke slams, furniture breaking, the whole 9 yards. It's pretty hardcore.
Even the catering crew gets into the action.
They do. All right, I'm at the part where they're putting them in the room. All right. Yeah, I didn't take copious notes. I actually just watched this and enjoyed it for what it was, and right. I'm actually glad I did it that way because if I would have watched it the way I normally watch these movies, I would have been stopping it literally every 5 freaking seconds to write something down.
Right.
And it would have taken me like 6 hours to watch this damn thing. But yeah. So now they end up. I don't want to give that away. They end up tying someone up to a chair. one of the family members. And yeah, God, this is so hard to talk about without giving stuff away.
Yeah.
And we're doing this on purpose because we really want you to see this.
Yeah, we really want you to buy it.
It's worth the $20. It really is. And in one of the next scenes, that's also when Kyle reveals that he's gay and he's having a thing with one of the
caterers,
one of the caterer people. Yeah. Now the guy that plays Kyle, his name is Drew Lynch. I believe, I could be wrong, I believe he's a comedian. Like, that's his other, besides acting, I believe he's a comedian. He freaking nailed this part. Like, he is so good in this role. He's like, he stutters, he's the whole, yeah, it's very, he just nailed it. Like, he's definitely a super standout in this movie to me. Yeah, he goes full tilt with everything, and it's just, yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Definitely. He actually, he's probably the most adjusted character in the whole damn movie, if you think about it.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so.
He really is.
Because they kind of make it to where there is a final girl, I guess you could say. But yeah, she's just kind of
yeah. I have to say that too. I mean, I liked her character well enough, but
there was something missing.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't know what. Just there was something not quite there.
I mean, she was. I mean, she definitely fit the profile for a final girl. She was really cute. She's really cute. She's really spunky. She has her limitations. She has her flaws, and it worked. But it's like in a lot of those movies, like the the remake of Friday the 13th, where Danielle Panabaker was my God. So it's like with the that's too funny. So it's like when she came out, she was the final girl for the most of the whole damn movie. And then at the very last minute, they switch it and they kill her character off, and then you're left with this one girl who's just there by default. And it's just like you're not excited about it. You're not looking at her as a final girl. You're just looking at her as, oh, she was just happened to be the last one there. She didn't do anything that a normal final girl really does for very long. She's there. She did. I think she throws some gas on him or something like that. But that means not really much of a final girl, as far as terms of activities go. Now she did do that in this movie. She was awesome in that respect. But the final girl should have been another girl, and
I agree.
really should have. She deserved it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. So it's like, but the tropes,
which I thought they were going to do that too. When I was watching it, I was like, they're going to do that, aren't they?
I thought they were too.
Yeah.
Whoops. Sorry. Oh, okay. Welcome back, Echo. Yeah. Jim saying, cute and spunky. He can be a final girl. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting you mentioned that, because the girl that we're talking about could have been a Jim.
Very true. Very true. And for those that have seen, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah. So the as the family starts fighting, and then they're trying to get away, and it's snow outside too. It's cold. It's snowy. No one's, they're all running out. They're trying to escape. And the thing is, too, is that they're running around with basically no clothes on, because anybody who has drinking the punch, they always consistently yell that they're hot. Now, I thought it was interesting that the one person,
I just turned my lights off.
I thought the one person who resisted the punch, the longest, that was interesting. Because you would think that they would have went the fastest the way the punch worked, but it didn't. They lasted a long time, and so and they're trying to get away from the two main antagonists. They're trying to get away. The two main antagonists are now outside, and they're picking them off one by one.
Yeah.
As they're trying to get out of the house, they're picking them off one by one, except in the house where the two sisters are. They're fighting. They're dueling to the death. I don't know about you, but the scene between the two sisters, that made me thinking about Scream a lot.
Oh, okay. I guess I could see that.
I mean, that was very. I'm getting a little woozy here. I mean,
yeah. There was a line that was very reminiscent of that. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely. But it wasn't like overt or anything. It was very.
No.
It worked in the scene.
Definitely.
Like it completely, like I said, I think the script for this, I would love to read the actual script and see how close they stuck to it, because there's a lot going on in this movie.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, though, too, they were all on such a small location too. It's not like they were going anywhere. They were basically set in this one big house. I mean, they're outside on the driveway, in the lawn, except when they went to the neighbor's house. But everything was self-contained within that house. And the weather, and it was smart that they filmed the movie when they did, because that's the only way it would have worked if they would have had to have the snow on the ground. Otherwise, it wouldn't have worked, because it would have been just gotten out of the house and you could have just split up and run. But because of the snow, they couldn't get out there and just do that, because it was too snowy. It slowed everything down. It allowed the two main antagonists to come in and do what they needed to do.
Right. The Hobbs, I'm about to answer your question in a second. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna drop the link again to where you can get this movie. Let's see. All right. All right. It might have gone twice, but whatever.
If I'm not mistaken, I do think that if you buy from the website, if you buy that from a website, I do believe that Adam Marcus will sign it.
There's an unsigned one you can get or a signed one. You can do either, and it is available on DVD and Blu-ray. I think I'm gonna upgrade. I'm actually gonna upgrade to the Blu-ray.
You know what? Honestly, I think I'm gonna upgrade too.
Yeah, it's worth it. It
Yeah.
really is. Yeah.
This is a corker. So outside, inside, they're fighting indoor, outdoor. They're fighting everywhere. We talked a little bit about the gore, but we should talk about that a little bit more, because this movie, as far as that goes, it's on point.
It really is, and of course that is courtesy of Mr. Robert Kurtzman.
That's right.
For those who don't know who that is, if you've heard of K&B Effects, he's the K from K&B Effects.
That's right. He's one of the gentlemen that worked on Starship Troopers.
Yeah, and he's worked on all kinds of stuff. Top notch special effects guy. He's right up there with Nicotero and Savini and all these other guys. He's right on that level.
Casey's asking an interesting question. I think we should say yes to this. Since we're both upgrading, any chance of a contest to win the DVDs? And I say, yes, for sure.
Yeah,
we could do that for sure.
Oh yeah, we can definitely do that.
Yep, count us in. Yeah, the gore was, it's a horror comedy. Yeah, it's a comedy, but they didn't pull their punches about the gore, and they were talking a little bit about when Adam approached him about, hey, would you come up and consider doing something with us? It's like, hey, if you can't, we understand it. If you can't, but if you can, that'll be awesome. And an hour and a half later, he's sitting there going like, yeah, I'm coming up, be ready. And the effects are just amazing.
They really are. They look really good. Everything looks real. It looks like it really happens.
Yeah.
And there's even not to compare it to a Friday the 13th movie, but there's even an eyeball scene and everything. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a totally different effect though. It's not that type of thing.
Yeah. So I mean, the gore is there. The people you expect to maybe last a little longer in the movie don't. They meet a rather spectacular demise.
Yeah.
As far as that goes. And so yeah, it's strong, and there's a couple of scenes I think we should probably mention the one scene, because I want anybody to be upset about that. Blindsided. It's a horror comedy movie. But there is one scene in the movie that might upset people a little bit.
Yeah.
We got to tell you about that one a little bit. It's probably the only spoiler we're going to give you, but we just want to give you. It doesn't take away from the movie, because the movie's funny. For one thing, the movie's funny. E.T. Betty's mentioning this.
It's a nice dark comedy. It is a dark comedy. I will say.
Yeah. So there is a scene where, there's one guy says something to another, and wow, how do we do this? How do we do this without not giving away everything? Okay, let's just say this.
We're gonna have to give away one of the deaths. Yeah. Okay. So basically, and I'm not gonna tell you who. Let's just do that. Let's not say who.
All right. That's
one of the characters gets beheaded. So, our pervy guy is has the head, and how can we make this
No, it's right. It's
YouTube
like, how do you
appropriate?
explain this? How,
Um,
well, let's just say when they first started fighting, he told the guys, "Is I'm gonna skull fuck you," and he does.
and yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's. I mean, if this had been a straight movie, it wouldn't have worked at all. It would have been really like, yeah, that's not good. Um, but because it's horror comedy. And it's comedic, it's darkly comedic. It works. It does work, but it can be a little upsetting for some people. So we just felt like we should mention that to you. Um, like I said, I
Yeah, I
don't
mean
want some.
that was really the only scene that really kind of threw me off a little bit.
Right, right.
That was the only scene that really kind of made me go, "Whoa!" That's yeah, you know.
But otherwise, that's it. That's all. That's the only thing that's the only thing that that we'll mention. So anyway, they're back to fighting. They're back, and all of a sudden, the punch that they've been drinking, and they've been running around. They've been running around, and then they go to panic. They go to one of the family members, and they find out that one of the family members has spiked the punch, and they go to the family member and they're going, "Hey, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do?" And the family member says, "I put truth serum in the punch.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. They put church truth serum." So and so, but the thing is, so everybody is, they're all speaking what they meant to say, but something funny happens on the way to the forum is that the punch is not just making people tell the truth, but it's killing them. And there's a nice nod to Fulci in the movie. Nice nod to him. Um, Actually, from Gates of Hell, when the girl starts puking up everything. I thought that was like, oh, I've seen
Yes,
that before. I
yes,
thought that's a nice touch,
that
nice,
is that is.
and which is ironic. I saw that and I laughed and I'm like, I said, now that's some timing. That's right. More on that later. Um,
More
so
to come.
the punch is now, it's not just making you tell the truth and causing you to go crazy and causing you to have burn up, but it's also killing you. And not only that, but it's also contagious.
Yep.
And yeah. So now things are just really at now it's just pure carnage.
Yep. So
Um,
even if you didn't imbibe, you're still in trouble.
yes. Now we started head toward the last third of the movie. People are getting killed left and right, and pretty soon there's a handful of survivors left. And the main bad guy, he's the strongest one, which is why he survived the longest. Well, they all go back inside the house, and by this time there's only like 4 or 5 of them left. He comes in there to the main bad guy comes in to kill them all, but he is stopped in his tracks by my personal favorite performance of the movie, by the least you didn't see it coming, but my favorite performance of the movie is here, and that was the girl Jacqueline. Jacqueline was just a
She was
badass.
awesome. Yeah, she was awesome.
Yeah,
For those that don't remember, that's the stripper.
yeah, that stripper was badass. Totally loved her character. Totally loved how she played it, and she was played by Michelle Renee O'Leary, and just a terrific performance. Uh, um, and so she's taking him to his ass to town. She's I don't you don't know at the time if she actually drank the punch or not, because I didn't see her drink, but she's
I don't
fighting.
think she did. Yeah, I don't
I
think
don't
she
think
did.
she did. I don't think so. because I never heard her say it's hot in here. She never
Right.
commented about the temperature.
Right.
And
Yeah. I even commented to Vanessa. I was like, I don't think she drank any.
yeah. So she's taking care of the main villain, the main in here, but unfortunately, you know, things happen, and so she didn't get to quite finish his ass off. Uh, didn't need to though, because yeah, he was done too.
Yeah.
Um, and then at the end, I mean, pretty much now we're down to just one final girl, aren't we?
Yep. Yep.
Um, so the next morning, it's Christmas morning. There's one person left, and the final girl, of course, it has to be a final girl, and she comes walking in front on the road, and she's totally stunned. And there's a family of five coming to driving in for Christmas, not related, but if they're coming, they see her and they stop their car, and the male driver gets out, and he walks up to her, and she's covered with blood, and she's just out of it. She's talking to herself, um, and they try to, they're trying to ask, if they needed help. Are you okay? And as they're doing this, they're noticing that she's standing there, and we see that she in turn has been affected. That the ending reminded me of. I'll tell you what the ending reminded me of a little bit. It reminded me a little bit of the Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I can see that. I can see that too. Yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me a little bit about that, because the way how they had it. And so this young lady, she's sitting there. She's gone through hell. Her family's gone, and she's shocked. But she turns to the guy, and we see that she's standing there with a fork in her hand, and she's had a fork in her hand, but she's also stabbing herself in the leg. And we're not talking like this, like a little stab. We're talking like she could almost make stew out of that son of a bitch. That wound.
She's all like digging in it.
Yeah, it was, and all of a sudden she looks at the guy, and all of a sudden, and then she says, "You tried to run me over. You're trying to run me over." And then we know that she has been affected by the punch. And and that is basically the movie in a nutshell, without telling you much more. There's some more in there we didn't say, because we don't want to give it away. But I will have to say that this is just a sensational movie. I love the ending of it. I love the location shot. Very well done, very well acted. Done by a very close knit group of friends too.
Mm-hmm.
You can always tell when a movie's done by friends more than just like an out crew that's been hired on and this and that. Yeah. I don't know what it is. There's just something more. You can just feel the tangible. You can feel that. You just know that they're friends.
Yeah, you can feel the camaraderie come through. It's just you can see it.
You really can. Yeah, I really dug the hell out of this. This is without a doubt a rated R movie. No mistakes about that. This is rated R. This is the best horror movie I've seen this year, as far as that goes.
Yeah, I would actually completely agree with you. And I'm not just trying to blow smoke up somebody's ass or nothing. This is actually a very good movie. I enjoyed it. If I didn't like it, I'd straight up tell you. Like the way the way I hate the Friday reboot. I would straight up say that this is a piece of shit, but it is not. This is a very good movie. I was highly entertained the entire hour. It's an hour and a half. It's not, it's not no 2.5 hour craziness or nothing.
It's not like a 71-minute movie either.
Right. So there's more to it, but yet there's not an abundance of craziness either. Well, there's an abundance of craziness, but in a good way.
Go ahead. T. Betty wrote. They actually wrote on the invoice. Enjoyed the punch.
Ah, nice,
That's
nice.
funny.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah. So I mean, holiday horror is got to be it's got to be both good. It's got to be both hard and easy. There's a lot of good horror films that are done on holidays. But it isn't. It's not easy though. For they can. I mean, I've seen both good and bad. I've seen both really bad, horror movies set on Christmas. Like Black Christmas 2019. Um, but then we also seen Silent Night, Deadly Night, which you put in our banner.
Mhm.
Um, that was an interesting movie. You had
Love that movie. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of good horror holiday horror films out there. We got we got Valentine's Day Massacre. Um, I mean, just tons.
I show you two of my favorites that I don't think either one of them get talked about enough. A Christmas Horror Story. It's a
Yeah, I've
and
seen
this is an anthology movie. And
it's a wicked.
in one of the stories, it is Krampus versus Santa. Awesome little movie.
Who put that one out? Was that that's not one.
RLJ.
Oh, that's right.
RLJ. Yep. Real good movie. And William Shatner has a small role in it. And Christmas Evil. This is one of my favorite Christmas horror movies. This movie's freaking awesome. If you like Silent Night, Deadly Night, and stuff like that, this is right up your alley. Fantastic flick. This is from who the hell is this from? I don't remember who put this one out. Vinegar Syndrome. This one's from Vinegar Syndrome, but I think there's a couple of different copies out there. But yeah.
Wow, they actually sold a horror movie on Vinegar Syndrome.
How about that, huh?
God, that must have been finding like a neat. I would have been looking like that must have been like looking for a needle in a haystack.
I've been having that one. I've been having that one for a long time.
Jeez, I didn't think they sold anything other than porn.
Blood Beat. Yes, I have seen Blood Beat. It's interesting to say the least.
Blood Beat. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Definitely worth a watch. Yep, definitely.
See, there should be killer Christmas cookies. I'm not so sure there probably hasn't been.
Ginger Dead Man.
Yeah, that could work.
There you
go. Of course,
by our pal Charles Band.
Of course, the various Krampus movies have come out. But Krampus really, that movie opened up the Krampus mythology for everybody. I mean, until that movie actually came out, I don't think that really was ever talked about as much. And then, sort of like La Llorona. As soon as first time I saw La Llorona was in Grimm. And then as soon as that one episode came out, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, and then everybody was doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, and there's both good and bad movies. Like I said, I mean, there's a lot of really bad ones, like Sleigh Bells. I hear was really not so good.
Santa Sleighs with Goldberg.
Yeah, Santa Sleighs. I mean, just sometimes people just sometimes they shouldn't do what they do. You got Halloween.
Wasn't that bad.
You got Halloween '78. I mean, that's
the worst Christmas movie ever, man.
Well, think about holidays. Halloween. It's you got April Fool's Day. That's another one. They made a couple of really good movies at.
I like the original. I didn't care for the remake.
Holidays. I saw Holidays. They showed was a great anthology. They showed Easter. They showed Valentine's. They showed New Year's Eve. That's actually a really slept on anthology. I was really happy when I saw some people start talking about that a little bit more, because that movie is crazy good. It starts off really bad, but it only gets better. It's funny because two of the producers made two segments. The first one they made was Valentine's Day, and I didn't think I was going to get out of it. I thought it was going to be over with because it was so bad. But I stayed with it, and other than the Kevin Smith story, which was absolutely horse crap, Holidays was really, really good, real good. The Easter story, and Christmas Eve. Oh, hell yes. Very, very good.
And the July 4th, we have Uncle Sam.
Now I haven't seen too much of the. I think the closest thing I don't because it's a science fiction horror film, but I guess the only thing I can think of when I think of 4th of July is Independence Day.
Right, Independence Day, and now of course Uncle Sam. If you haven't seen Uncle Sam, try to see it. It's pretty good, actually. It's a pretty good little slasher flick.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. Yeah.
And then the Masters of Horror episode too. Homecoming Day, but all the veterans coming back.
You know what? They just released that on Tubi. Speaking of Tubi, they just released that. The Masters of Horror are it's on Tubi.
Yes, fantastic show, by the way. If you haven't seen it, super good show.
Hard as hell to find for a reasonable price. Hard as hell to find. They released some of the movies individually, but as far as getting the whole collection goes, it's pretty expensive.
I know a few years ago they released like a set, and I think each set had like 4 of them on it. 4 episodes, so you could get them that way. And I know at one point those were fairly cheap. I don't know about now. I haven't looked at it because I bought it years and years ago when it first came out.
Yeah, I got mine on individually. I think I've gotten 4 now. I got Dear Woman, I got Jennifer, I got Cigarette Burns, and I got in the House of the Witch King. All fantastic.
Those are all good. Yep.
Cigarette Burns is actually freaking brilliant. John Carpenter movie. Yeah. And Stuart Gordon did. I know that was really good about that. Was they were able to take these movies and use these directors. I mean, we're talking like elite directors. We're not talking like just hacks. We're talking like
Carpenter, Argento, Stuart Gordon, like you said. Yeah, like real top-notch people.
And then I got the sequel to that, an unofficial sequel. It came out for only 13 episodes, but they sold it as a set, and it was called Fear Itself. And I got that.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. But as far as going back to holidays, I mean, there's some things don't work for me, like the Leprechaun movies. I mean, I don't know. I just never really got into that.
You don't like the Leprechauns, man?
I know it's based around St. Patrick's Day. Do you have all of them? Aren't there like 10 of them or something like that?
Yeah. This is the collection, and then this is the one that they released after the collection.
I always felt like the Saw series. I always felt like because of the release time, I always felt like the Saw series was Halloween themed. I always equated Saw to Halloween because they always released them around Halloween time. And then there's the other one, Thanksgiving. There's a Thanksgiving movie that was released. Oh, was it Silent Rage, Deadly Rage, Turkey Rage? I forget what it was. It was like, that's not cranberry sauce.
There's Turkey Shoot, the Australian movie. They of course had Thanksgiving, the killer turkey. Yeah.
Of course, the Black Christmas. The infamous Black Christmas. The first 2, the one from 1973, I think it was 74.
74, I think.
It made it in 2006. Those 2 were pretty good. Echo saying Thanksgiving, Blood Rage. Thanks, Bones.
Yes, Blood Rage. That's a good one too.
Yeah, that's the Thanksgiving one.
Yeah, that's the one with the twins. Yeah.
And I think there's another holiday one based around a holiday. I want to say it's around Christmas time too. It's called Iced from 1988.
Yes.
That has a really That ending is one of the weirdest ever in a horror film.
That one's usually on YouTube, by the way. Iced is usually on YouTube.
Yeah,
If you want to watch
I saw a clip of that. Someone was showing a clip of the ending, and then I saw that someone had put it up there. Yeah. What are you guys? Some of your favorite holiday horror? I mean, what are some of the ones that you guys have in your collections that you would recommend to people? We'll have to write that. We'll have to write the list up.
I
We'll put a list.
I would say Hatchet from Mardi Gras.
Oh yeah, yeah, that works.
Yeah,
That works.
That's how I was going. Especially the first two in particular.
Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's four of the there's 4 movies in that series.
There are.
Um,
3 of them are good.
the
The only one of them I didn't like.
Now, Silent Night, Deadly Night, the first one is really good, but after that, that's all that's good because the second one is this pure garbage. It's what they do. They basically they copied the first movie. They took stock footage for the first movie.
But it's garbage day.
Yeah. how much real rare exports? I've been trying to get that, Vanessa. I heard about that one. I've been trying to get. I heard that one too.
It's on Tubi.
I got one called Christmas Red Christmas, and then I got, of course, Christmas Blood.
There's two red Christmases. There's 2 different ones.
Yeah, and there's one's actually family oriented too. There's one with Dee Wallace. Did you get that one? The one with Dee Wallace?
I've seen it. Yeah. I've seen it.
Oh, you got a copy of Rare Exports. Okay.
I do. I love that. That's one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Hi, Michelle. How are you? Let's see. Let's make it a Silent Night, Bloody Night sequel. Yeah. Okay. My Bloody Valentine. Yep. Of course. Gremlins. I mean, there's definitely a market for it, right? I mean, there's definitely a market for the horror. As far as that goes.
Going back to Silent Night, Deadly Night, I actually like part 4. That's the one with the witches.
Oh, right.
I actually do kind of like. I don't know why, because it's not a very good movie, but there's something about it that I like watching it. I don't know.
No. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're right. I know. I just heard the first 2 definitely were, definitely just not worth watching. Because of the second one's just terrible.
I know that there's a lot of love for part 2, but yeah, I don't particularly care for it. I mean, it's okay, but I don't. Yeah, I usually just don't watch it.
Mr. Bone says, Hobbs, Al needs to send his collection to me. I don't know about that. I mean, that
would be very expensive.
We should mention on Tubi. Speaking of Al, there is a great home movie that he did called Nightwing, and you guys will really like that. That's about vampire bats.
Yeah, it's my cousin.
Let's see. Don't Open Till Christmas. Yeah.
Don't Open Till Christmas is pretty good.
Of course, you have Dark Night of the Scarecrow. That was for Halloween.
Love that one.
We talked about that last week, where they made that unwanted and unmentionable sequel to it. That's another good one. Another good holiday. Mother's Day. I think Darren Lynn Bousman did a movie about Mother's Day called Mother's Day.
There's Mom, which is on Tubi. That's another Mother's Day movie.
Okay. Is that a horror movie? Mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's from no, that one's not. But have you seen Mother's Day from 1980?
Mm-hmm.
That's Trauma. Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at Michelle. Michelle says she watched last night. She watched Killer Donuts.
That's a fun little movie.
I'm sure Michelle liked that movie quite a bit.
Let's see.
Uh,
Well, speaking of Don't Open Till Christmas, I have that on
I
one
did
of
that.
my like one of those 50 packs,
Right.
of movies. Because at one time I think it was public domain. And it's usually on YouTube. Last I looked, I usually find it on YouTube.
Uh, let's see. T. Betty says, Killer Donuts was great. Hell yeah. Attack of the Killer Dodos. Yeah, that's a fun movie. And it's not holiday related, but it's still a fun movie.
Well,
Of course, now, and we have to mention, of course, the Halloween franchise. The Muster's coming out. So, I mean, there's definitely the market for holiday movies. Every year comes out. There's always something new to come out with. Of course, a lot of the small independent movies that come out, they never see the light of day unless we're doing a show like this. Now, originally, this movie was shot in 2018. It was shot in about a week or so. I was really impressed with how they did that because they were supposed to start shooting at 6 o'clock, and everybody didn't get up there till 10:30, and yet they still were able to shoot half of a day. Adam Marcus said that they were losing time, and at the end of the first day he was like a half a day behind, and and he's honest. That's one thing I have to say about Adam is that he's honest. He says, I'm stressed out because I'm a half day behind. He's just really passionate about his work. He's not just like, okay, it is what it is. We'll just get it back tomorrow. No, I thought it was a credit not only to him but to his cast that they were able to still shoot and get some film underneath their belt after a first day. And that included many cast members trying to get up the mountain, but they didn't have the wrong chains on their car. So they had to keep being. They were trying to. Okay, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. And then finally they had to be turned around. So they had to go back down to where they could get some chains, proper chains. So it set the shoot back a little bit. But what made it really good, what made it not so hard, was that the house they were using also happened to be the lady who played the aunt. That was actually her house.
Everybody kind of had double duty on this movie. Not just about everybody. Like the chef was actually like the stunt coordinator of the movie, and just everybody had kind of like a little, like everybody did more than one thing, which I thought was really cool.
Pat Destro, who played Carol, I love her last name, Destro. I keep on going. Every time I hear it, I keep on saying, "Yo, Joe." Oh, but
Yes, indeed.
Love you, Pat.
Can't help it, yeah.
I would love to ask you that question. It's like when you introduce yourself, "Hi, I'm Pat Destro." Do people ever just say like, "Destro"? Yo, Joe.
Too funny. But yeah, there's a really good documentary of the making of the movie on here too. So if you're into that, it's like 75 minutes. So it's
long. Yeah, 75 minutes. It's a really man. I really like that too.
Yeah,
I really like it. Now, did they do a commentary on this one? I didn't check that out. They did commentary or not?
I don't believe.
Okay.
I think there's just the making of and the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I consider The Wicker Man a holiday movie? Yes, by all means. Echoes a proud member.
Which version of The Wicker Man do you prefer, the original or the Nick Cage version?
I have yet to see a single person. Say they like the Nick Cage version.
But the Nick Cage version's so funny.
Oh wait, I do know somebody who would say that they like that over the first one. Let's see. Yeah.
I probably would because I just think it's funny.
So they got to shoot the film in a week at her house, so that really helped. Of course, and they showed the inside of it, and they showed how they had to protect the lady's house. I like the part where they show where they're moving the couch around. Did you see that part where they're moving the couch?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the dog's sitting on the couch.
The dog's just sitting, laying there like, all right.
Yeah, he was totally chilled. He's like, all right, this is awesome.
Sure, no problem.
Take me to your leader.
Yeah.
We want to talk a little bit about. We should talk a little bit about what we got going on because we're really excited. I'm excited.
We got some really cool stuff.
We got some shit going on the Midnight Society.
Yep.
We are getting stronger and stronger. I'm really digging this, and thank you guys out in the chat because you guys have really inspired us to really elevate our game, and thank you for that. I mean, we're getting so much energy from you guys. You guys give us so much love and energy, and we appreciate it so much. Yeah, we're gonna tell you what's going to happen. I'm gonna leave it to my main man, Al Lucard.
It's me. That's me.
That's right. I wish he would have been there. Can I be off topic for a second?
Yeah.
I wish James Carolus would have been there for the
that would have been awesome.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Has Steven interviewed him? I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna have to look.
You know what?
He seems like a funny guy.
He seems like hilarious.
Yeah.
He seemed like he'd be hilarious. I would love to interview him.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be neat. That would be really cool.
If he came up the show wearing the hat like that, I would have to have help because I'd be laughing too much.
Well, that's the thing. If we ever do talk to him, we're definitely gonna have to do it like this.
Oh, no doubt, no, absolutely.
The whole show.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah, I wish I'll have to ask Steven if they're gonna try to get him on the show or not.
Yeah.
So speaking of what's on the show, I'm gonna turn it over to Al Lucard, and he'll tell you what we got coming up here on the program. And I do believe that you guys will want to mark this down on your calendar, because it's gonna be fun for us. Al?
The first thing I'm going to mention is we're actually doing a special show this Friday at 2 p.m. on the Video Tasties channel. We're going to be joining Gareth on the Video Tasties channel, and we're going to be doing our top 10 ghost movies that are not part of a franchise. That's right. So yeah, you can join us at 2 p.m. on the Video Tasties channel. I'll drop the link to his channel in a minute.
It's just going to be you and me, right? It's going to be because Gareth is going to bring out Point Break, or he'll bring out Inception.
Oh yeah, he's just going to be wacky, and it's just going to be but it should be a hoot. It should be a good time.
I'm going to make my seventh favorite ghost movie. I'm going to pick The Rock.
Do it. Go for it. Go for it. Here we go. Let me.
That'll be Gareth, and it's like, dude, we're talking ghosts, right? Okay, here's my other ghost movie. I'm gonna put out Ghost Dad.
Dude, there you go. Ghost Dad's my number 10, dude. Stop taking on my picks.
You're not putting that on your list.
No, not putting on my list.
God, no, you already be in a hole. You would let Gareth get out of the hole.
So join us Friday. It should be a raucous good time. And now back to our show. Next Sunday we're going to be talking werewolves, baby. Yep, and it's going to be on my channel next week. I'm not exactly sure what movies we're going to talk about. I think we're going to do like a top 10 for that too. I believe. Yeah,
I think we're doing a top 10. We'll talk about it. Yeah,
and then
we'll talk a little bit about we'll carry on. Next week we're doing on the ISC show. Before we come on, we're going to be talking about Werewolves Within on an American werewolf in New Jersey. We'll be talking about that, and then we'll come back over here and talk about more werewolves. Werewolves get the short shift. I mean, I watch a lot of people talk about werewolf movies, and werewolves get the short shift. They never have a happy ending. It's very rare. I mean, I can actually count on my hand. I think I can count on one hand where they've had a happy ending in a werewolf movie. And two of those movies are Teen Wolf and Teen Wolf and Teen Wolf 2. So
there you go. Well, my mom's happy. My mom loves werewolves. There you go. So, all right. So the week after will be August 7th, and we're gonna be on my channel again, and we're gonna be talking about a movie that does not get talked about at all, and it is an absolute shame because Patrick and I both love it. It's called Series 7: The Contenders.
Yes,
and it is available to watch on YouTube. So I highly recommend you watch it before coming to that show.
Okay, and I'll even say this much: that movie there, without a doubt, and people will be like, "What?" But without a doubt, that movie is so fucking better than The Running Man. It really is.
Oh God,
it really is. This is light years ahead of the Running Man. Is like it's like The Shining for me. It's like it's just garbage. It's just they didn't follow the story the right way. That Arnold Schwarzenegger version is just, considering that the story was so good. It's one of King's better stories, but they fucked it up so bad. It's like it's unwatchable. But the Contender, the series, Series 7, The Contenders. Oh, it's so good. I was jazzed when you mentioned that.
I'm actually going to drop the link to it right here too, so you guys can watch it. Highly recommend it. We're going to be chatting about that, and that should be fun because that's a doozy of a movie too.
Yes. Yeah, we got to talk. Yeah, of course we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. So super cool movie. In the week after that, the 14th, we are going to be joined by a very special guest.
Dr. Dan Green.
Dr. Dan Green is going to join us. He's a horror host in the Nashville area, and we're going to be watching the giant Gila monster with him. Yes, so that should be a lot of fun. That should be. I can't wait for that. That's going to be awesome.
And that movie, the giant Gila monster, is so different. That movie is. I've never seen a movie from the 50s, 60s, or the 40s like it before or since. It's so unique. It's so different. And it's like when I watched it, I was just sitting there and it's like, this is like the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. I've seen all the creature features from the 50s and 60s, but nothing comes close to this. Nothing.
And the movie will be on screen, so don't worry about watching it. You're going to watch it with us.
Yes, we're doing another watch along like we did with the bat.
Yeah,
that's right.
So yeah, we got you covered there. And then I'll tell you the one next thing we're going to do after that. We are going to be doing a trilogy.
A trilogy.
Yes,
that's right.
We are going to be doing the Gates of Hell trilogy by Lucio Fulci. Each week will be the next movie. So we're going to cover all three in 3 different episodes.
Al will be opening up the party. You'll be opening up the party with the Gates of Hell,
aka City of the Living Dead.
City of the Living Dead. Then we bounce back to my channel because I'm hosting perhaps one of the strangest movies ever made. Definitely the strangest Fulci ever made. The Beyond, with one of the weirdest endings in all horror.
Which was filmed right down the road from where I live.
Really? Mm-hmm. That is so cool. Is the building still there?
It is. Yeah, it is. It's actually inside of a park.
Man, you got to go down and take some pictures of that.
I really do. I've actually been meaning to do that for a while.
There you go. Now you have no reason not to.
I have no excuse now. I have to go, right?
Yeah. So that's we're gonna be then we're bouncing back to Al's house, and you'll be hosting. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. So
there'll be one in between that.
Yes, there'll be one between that. And I got to tell you who that one is. On September 4th, Al will not be here, and I will be here, and I will be joined by a panel, and we will be talking and discussing X. That's
I
right.
need to see that.
That's right. We'll be talking and discussing X. There's a bad habit here. There's a pattern here. It's like when Al Lucard leaves, whenever you leave, I'm doing an A24 film. What the hell's up with that?
It's the curse.
I'm telling you. You know
Curse
what?
of the bat.
I think when you go on vacation again in October, I think I'm probably going to end up breaking out Hereditary.
Do it.
No, please don't. Please no. I'll get. No, I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something fun. Yeah. I know people love that shit. They're gonna have fun seeing me squirm under an A24 film. But I'm looking forward to it. We'll be joined by at least two different panel. We'll be joined by two panelists. Our good friend Kevin from Mid-Level Media will be here with us. And oh God, did I say it? No, he's Keith. Keith from Mid-Level Media will be here with us. And then the horror miser Monty G will be here with us, and hopefully I will be able to talk the Mighty Cadaver Club to come out and hang out with us, which I'm sure I will. I'm sure he'll jump at the team.
See, it takes 2 to 3 people to replace me. See,
that's right. Yeah. Speaking of Ben and Cadaver Club, man, we're gonna give him a shout out, man. So yeah, man, he got the big C this week. So he says he's feeling better. His pup Quilted was not having a good week, but he sent me pictures and video, and it looks like they're both on the mend. It looks like, so we'll keep them Ben and Quilted in our thoughts for sure. So if you hear this, Ben. I told him that I got pulled in for emergency duty yesterday for the Coast to Coast. So I went. I told him, I says, yeah, me and Guy Gann held the fort for him. So
there you go.
That's right. That's
probably a movie we should cover.
Yeah. You know what? I say so. I you know what, Doc? Sometimes I feel like we don't have enough time. You know, like I want to say, like we could do this show on Sunday. We could easily do another show because we have so many ideas that we just want to get out. So who knows, you just never know.
Yeah.
So what do you got going on with your channel this week?
Well, okay. Well, tomorrow's it's not on my channel, but I'll be on Sir Gorophobe's channel tomorrow night.
So glad to keep.
We're going to be covering Rocky 2. Last week we covered Rocky. This week we're going to cover Rocky 2, and it's one of our, both me and Gore. It's one of our favorite sequels of all time. So we're going to be chatting about that tomorrow night. Then Tuesday I'm dropping another Tubi Tuesday, and then yeah, that's the big plans I had for this week. And then like I said, Friday join Pat and myself on Video Tasty's channel.
My week is going to be pretty big this week.
Yeah.
This is my last week of 8 Questions With before August. I am taking August off from 8 Questions With, but I'm leaving it on good terms because starting on Tuesday, we have 2 shows on Tuesday. We're interviewing Michaela Longden from When Darkness Falls. She is a rising star in Great Britain, and we'll be talking to her at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Lovely looking lady, very nice lady. And then we had to reschedule Ruby Lott. She's a young actress and model from Australia. Hopefully they're doing fine, and we'll be talking to her and her mom, Danielle. And then the next day, Wednesday, the 27th, we'll be talking to 2 o'clock. We'll be talking to Ellie O'Hara, who also did When Darkness Falls, And I actually have a movie she did. I have a copy of her first movie that she did. She did a movie called Tommy's Honor, and I actually have a copy of that. It's a golfing movie, and I have it. I have it. I'm gonna have to dig it up. So when I talk to her, I'm gonna say, "Look what I found. Look what I own." I'm sure she'll be sitting there going like, "Wow." We're not having a show on Wednesday night though, because I am getting ready for Thursday, and we will have Crystal Lowell from Final Destination 3 roll in.
Very cool.
Very cool. She's done Wrong Turn 2, that was written and directed by Joe Lynch. She did, like I said, the aforementioned Final Destination 3. She has done,
which is an underrated one, by the way.
It is very underrated. Well, of course, Joe Lynch is the man. Yeah, Joe Lynch is good. That's a Grail interview. I'm still working on that. That's a Grail. And then she also appeared on Insomnia with Al Pacino and Robin Williams. She did the Black Christmas remake of 2006. She was in that. So she's also has since then. She's actually transformed herself into she does a lot of Hallmark movies too. So now she did a Hallmark movie called Signed, Sealed, Delivered. She'll be here, and we'll be talking both. She's walked in both worlds. Hallmark and horror. So it's going to be a really dynamic interview. I'm looking forward to it, and that will be this Thursday at 8 p.m. here. So come early, because I do expect to see a few heads here for that.
That should be a good one, yeah.
Yeah, it should be fun. And then I'm interviewing a comic book artist named Grant Linkard on Friday, and he's got his new book out called Beowulf. And it's a story about a 13-year-old girl, her cat, and a 10-ton dragon. And so he'll talk to us about his story and how he's gotten it up and to the public's eyes. And it looks like a lot of fun. He's got talent. He's super talented. You can go on his Instagram and see his work, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And that's all I got for my week. Well, besides beating Gareth. You better win this.
Shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think.
Ooh.
They said it's going to be between me and you for sure.
I think so, but I like my list. I do. I like my list, but I don't think it's well enough known. So people aren't going to know the movies I'm going to bring to the party. So I have a feeling that if you bring a couple of players,
I might have the same problem. We'll see.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I can tell you right now, I'm only bringing one heavy hitter, one that one I expect to see in your list too. And I'll tell you what it is, because I'm sure it'll be in your list. And that's the original Ghost.
I was thinking about that.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, in there. That movie's great. The only thing,
it is.
The only thing bad about that movie, and I don't know what happened. I'm not sure if it was a budget thing. I wasn't sure if it was just, it's like, because it was I think it was a rated R movie. So, as far as that goes, so it wasn't, wasn't like it was, trying not to be too scary for kids, but I think they just ran out of something. But the end scene where Carl gets killed and he comes out and he's looking at Patrick Swayze, and then the demons come get him. Oh, jeez, I wish they could go back there and fix that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that scene. Yeah.
So, for a movie of that budget and with that much cachet on it, I swear they should have went back and fixed it. They should have said, you know what, let's take the original masters, go back there and fix that, because that belongs from a scene from a Ferguson film. Seriously, it's like I look at that now and go like, man, was this Dustin Ferguson's first film? Because man, oh man, it looks shitty.
That's awesome.
But ghost movies, that's what we're going to be talking about, ghost movies. And I like the fact that they mentioned no franchises.
Yeah,
that's going to make it really hard, real hard, because there's a lot of ghost movies out there, but there's a lot of ghost movies out there that are connected and that are great.
Yeah.
Like you start thinking like, oh yeah, I'll get stereo echoes. I can't do that. They made another one.
Yep.
Imagine me, my disappointment last week. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. No, you're not.
Nope.
Why? Why can't I? Bubba didn't do it. Well, no, but Bubba made a sequel.
but Bubba made a sequel. that should have been the tagline. Bubba made a sequel.
Yeah. Yeah, Bubba made a sequel.
Yeah, that would have been
epic. That's something we should probably do for fun one day. Maybe do it off. But I would like to see some of the movies. Like, what's some of the sequels that should have never, ever happened?
There's a few.
Now, I have never seen The Exorcist 2, The Heretic. I have never seen that.
Okay, I'm the weirdo that actually likes that one. I don't know why. There's nothing to it, but like, I don't know. There's something about it. I like the way Linda Blair plays it off in this one, in the second one, and to me it worked. I also understand why people didn't like it, but I don't know. But I dug it for what it was.
What were they expecting? A 16-year-old or 17-year-old Linda Blair playing Regan as being possessed again, or what?
I guess that's what people wanted, but that's not what it is. It's more about them trying to figure out why it was all happening. And so it's a lot of experimentation and yeah, it's that kind of stuff. It's a totally different type of movie than the first one, and I think that's what threw people
off. Jim's saying that he likes Exorcist 2 as well.
Oh, thank you. I guess I'm not the only one. Good.
I've never seen it, so I'm I was just I just know that every time I hear it mentioned, though, people are doing the
oh yeah, people hate
that doing the Friday the 13th 2009 thing, which they shouldn't be. Why the hate? Why the hate? Jason Takes Montreal was a lot worse than that. That's right. Hi, Katie. I see Katie came in. Hopefully your interview went really well, Katie. You got interviewed by Mr. Flickster.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go watch that later.
Yeah. I would have liked to caught the interview, but we have to catch it. We have to catch it afterwards. Hopefully he'll put it up, so we'll go over there and check it out and throw Katie some comment love. Go, yep. Katie. Yeah, and of course, after we're done here at 10 o'clock or so, don't forget to go on over to Gory B Movie, Gory's Battle Royale, which I thought was ended yesterday. I went over there and caught their Friday, was it Girls Fright Night or something like that. Yeah. And I thought they ended the Battle Royale because they brought two really cute cats into the fray. I thought it was over because they showed the cats. I said, okay. So I asked her, I says, what are you guys going to be talking about tonight now that the battle's over? But I guess that didn't work all the way through. So they're going to be battling again for the best horror icon in horror movie history. So that's going to be on Gory B Movies channel after we're done. You can join Gory and Danny, and they'll probably have a guest there. 11:30, the Night Watch Zone is hosting a watch party for Frankenhooker. Man, I have not seen that movie in forever.
Want a date?
Yeah, I have not seen that movie in forever. So that's going to be at 11:30 on the Night Watch channel. Nice. Oh, and of course, speaking of special guests, I would be totally remiss if I neglected to say this, but next Thursday, God, I feel like we're doing the community paper, Community Bugle. Boy, that's right. I invented it. I can use it. So anyway, Hobbs Horror is hosting the Midnight Hour next Thursday, and they have Kentucky Kruger, who is a cosplayer, and he dresses up like Freddy Krueger. And Christ, you can't tell them apart. You don't know if you're looking at Freddie England or if you're looking at Kentucky Kruger. They look so damn close. It's amazing.
It's pretty crazy, yeah.
It is really crazy. And they'll be going on, I think, around 10:15 on Thursday, and with their special guest. And they'll also be looking at Friday, Nightmare on Elm Street #3. I think it's Dream Warriors, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Ooh, God, I keep my horror card for another week, boys and girls.
The third best Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. That'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, so it's gonna be a very busy week in the community, and we will be around to see you around in it. We'll be popping up saying hi, at least till the end of July. After that, I'm going away. I'm gonna go unplug. Me and the Cheetah, we're gonna just unplug, chillax, and watch the movies, and get fat or fatter.
And yeah, except for Midnight Society, you'll still be doing.
Of course, I will be here for the Midnight Society, of course. And the next Sunday is the ISC show as well. The next week's show will be on Al's channel. So go ahead and mark that down, and that's because I might, just in case I go over, you know, as ISC guys are, we just like to run our mouths.
Crazy as ISC guys, yeah.
But you know what though? That's what happens when you talk about quality movies instead of the mere pop culture shit. Did I put that up there? Oh shit! Sorry about that.
There you go.
That's right. Thanks again. You got any last words to say before we kick off?
No, stay spooky.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Me and Al, we appreciate it so much. Like I said, man, we wouldn't be here without you guys. So we will see you next week, 8 o'clock on Al's channel, and we'll be talking all things werewolves. So bring your list of your favorite werewolf movies and see if they matches ours. Yeah. That's it for us. Thanks so much. And Boglins. Whoops. I think I used the wrong word. Bats. Okay.
Batlins.
Catlins. Good night, everybody.
Peace.
You want to play our outro? You should play our intro.
Sure.